Because the truth is, you can't heal what you hide from. And the longer you hide from something that you need to heal from, you're just delaying the process.
Slide on me, keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me.
Y'all, so I put on this outfit because I felt like Queen Charlotte. Do I look like her? I don't. You don't have to flatter me. It's okay. It is okay. My name is Bianca Bella. I'm a certified sexologist and love coach, and I like to discuss what's trending, what's on TV shows, and merge that with some lessons that we can take from it. So I just finished watching Queen Charlotte, y'all. Like, it just went off. And the topic of mental health as it relates to dating and in relationships stuck out to me so much. I want to talk about that. So let's get into that, y'all. My first point is you can't love someone out of their trauma. You can love them through it. And you cannot love someone out of whatever mental health struggles they're dealing with. You can love them through it. Queen Charlotte loved her some King George, y'all. Ooh, didn't she love him good? She did. She did. And she thought that, okay, I'm going to get him away from this doctor. I'm going to love him and it's going to fix everything. And then she got the rude awakening that you just don't fix those things. You can love a person through it, but you cannot fix those things. I have dated vulnerable moment. I've dated men with anxiety, depression, bipolar depression. I've dated men with a variety of health issues, and a variety of mental health issues specifically. And I showed up to the relationship, this is in my younger days, I showed up to the relationship like, I'm going to fix everything. My love is so fierce. My love is so strong. Just wait. Just wait. I'm going to love them so good. All of this is going to be fixed, right? And you realize that it's not something that you fix. And I think that Queen Charlotte realized that. She had that lesson. And so many of us, even with things not related to mental health, if we're with someone that's struggling through something, we can think that, okay, well, I'm going to love them strong and it's going to make everything better. And I think the right perspective to take in that situation is, I'm going to love you through it, babe. I'm going to love you through it. I cannot love you to you fixing something or getting better, but I can love you through it. That's all I can do. So taking the perspective and the positioning of support and not fixer, especially when it comes to dating somebody that's dealing with some mental health struggles. So that was the first point. My second point is know your capacity. Queen Charlotte did her best to love King George, and she loved him fiercely. But the truth of the matter is she had to admit to herself silently that she does not have the capacity to handle what being with him required. And a lot of times we'll find ourselves in those situations where we're with somebody and we find out what comes with them. And we're not honest with ourselves. We think, okay, well, my love is so fierce and so strong. I'm superhuman. Like, I'm going to have all the love that they need inside of me. And then you get to a point where you realize, oh my gosh, me being there for them, me showing up for them is beautiful, but it's also draining me. And who's pouring into me? And I don't have the capacity to be drained at this level because then I have nothing for myself. Now, there are some people that have a large capacity to handle being with someone that has mental health issues. Specifically, I have been with people where I have had the capacity to handle what they're dealing with, right? I've had the capacity to handle the anxiety and the depression. But there are some things that I just don't have the capacity for. And I had to be honest with myself in certain situations, like, yes, I love this person. Yes, I really like them. I want to be there for him, but I don't have the capacity to be what he needs me to be and still know how to show up for myself. So acknowledging what we have the capacity for and what we don't have the capacity for, and really knowing our limit. And I know that it's very hard to do when it comes to mental health and loving somebody, because a lot of people, we have such empathetic hearts. I know that anybody watching this video has such an empathetic heart and a loving heart. So when we meet someone, it doesn't matter what they're dealing with. If we love them and they're a good person, baby, whatever you dealing with, we gonna get through it, right? And that's the attitude that I've always had. Like, well, we gonna get through it. Okay, well, we gonna get through it, right? But the truth of the matter is I got to a point where supporting someone was putting me in a depression. And that's just real. Where me showing up for them, me being everything that they needed me to be, was putting me into a depression. And the truth of the matter is they didn't want that either, right? They weren't asking me to do that. So it wasn't helping anybody. It wasn't helping me, and it was only making them feel even worse. Now, mind you, my third point is there is someone that has the capacity to be everything that you need them to be. And the reason why I correlated those two is, while yes, know your capacity, know what you can and cannot handle, but also it doesn't matter what mental health problems you have, what mental health struggles you have. I hate calling them problems. I'm trying to find another word, because it's not a problem. It's a part of you. And it's a part of you that you manage and deal with and get through. And you're a warrior and a survivor if you have them. Because, anxiety is, woo, y'all, man, right? So my point is, there is someone that has the capacity to be everything that you need. Even if you have so much, whether it's mental health or not mental health, and you have so many problems, or let's say that you have things that you feel that people are going to think, oh, you're too much. Oh, you're way too much, right? Oh, I cannot handle everything that you are. There's someone that's going to be like, baby, bring your baggage. Take it. Let's go. You're coming with me. Get your bags. Get all your bags. Get your anxiety. Get that. Get your depression. Get that too. Take it all, cause you coming with me, and whatever has to come with me, honey, we gonna ride out, right? We gonna ride out. And there's been some situations where it's just like, yes, there's somebody that will be able to handle everything that you are. So also, while I absolutely want you to know your capacity in dating and what you can and not handle when it comes to somebody else, realize that whatever you come with, there is somebody that has the capacity to handle everything that you are. And I just really, like, if you don't hear anything else that I say in this video, just like really, really hear that. Really hear that. You are not too much. You are enough. You are enough. You are not too little. You are not too much. You are enough. And there is somebody that can handle every single thing. I mean, every single thing that you have dealt with, everything that you've gone through, there is somebody that can handle it. And I don't know why I'm stuck on this point, y'all. I'm stuck on this point. I feel it in my spirit, because I know that, especially for me, I've been there. I've been like, y'all, especially with my anxiety sometimes, I'd be like, ain't no guy gonna be, God's gonna be like, child, this is too much. And I said merch for a reason. Like, this is too much. But there's a guy that can handle all of it. And I just really, I'm stuck on that point, but I really want y'all to hear me and hear me so clearly. And I want this to ring through your ears all week, all next week, this year, next year. There's somebody that has the capacity to handle everything that you are. Don't you doubt that for a moment, because I promise you it's true. I promise. My fourth point is, don't lose yourself in a relationship. And that is inspired by Lady Danbury. First of all, once again, can we just give a moment for her? I mean, bravo. I found out, y'all, this was her first acting role. And she just finished acting school. And I'm like, girl, you are a professional. She is fantastic. But back to the point. Back to the point. Don't lose yourself in a relationship. So for her, obviously, it wasn't her decision. She was promised to marry this man since she was 3 years old. And she was pretty much molded into what he wanted her to be. Even down to what wine to drink, right? And then when she had to learn how to be alone, how to be on her own, she low-key had an identity crisis. She was like, okay, who am I? What do I like? Everything has been about what this person likes. And while, of course, I'm not saying that anybody has probably had that exact situation, you've probably had something similar. Because, okay, I'm going to set the scene. We've all been there. We date a guy or girl, right? And we really like this person. Because it goes both ways. Male, female, female, male, goes all types of ways. So you meet a person that you really like. You're smitten. I mean, when I say you're smitten, you're smitten. They're amazing. So instead of hanging out with your friends, if he wanna or she wanna hang out with you, you like, I'm gonna catch y'all later. Bye. I'm about to go hang out with so and so, right? And then you start doing that over and over and over again. Then let's say y'all break up months or years later, and you realize you have put aside your hobbies, you put aside your interests, you put aside your friends for this person. So my 3 things to help you not, because I've had to do them myself, y'all, to not lose yourself in a relationship, specifically a new relationship, because that's typically when it happens, or when a relationship takes a transition. And I'm getting into my my professional stuff now. But when a relationship takes a transition, typically it becomes easy to lose yourself in that moment. And I heard someone say, like, at the moments of transition is when a lot of ruckus is going on. Even when you're like leaving a building, like the exit door, everybody's coming in, leaving out. It's like so many things happening at the point of transition. So when a relationship is going through a transition, like whether that be from talking to fully committing to each other or fully committing to being engaged, in those moments, as a relationship progresses, it can become easy to lose yourself in those transitions. And I think that's what can happen to a lot of people. So in order to not do that, keep your hobbies, keep your interests, and keep your friends. The things that you were doing before, obviously you're not going to be able to do them at the same frequency because you want to devote time to this relationship. The only time something can grow, like the only way something can grow is if you devote time, care, nurture, all that stuff. So I'm not saying not to devote time to your relationship and not to prioritize it. But the things that you were doing before, still keep them. Like for me, I love to write. I love to write. I love to work out. I love to do certain things. And I am very diligent on maintaining doing those things when I'm dating somebody, because it can become real easy to be like, I'm not going to go to the gym now. Like, I'm going to hang out with him. And that one day turns into a week or 2 weeks, you know? So just make sure you keep your hobbies, your interests, and your friend circle when you are dating somebody new in order not to lose yourself. And shout out to Lady Danbury again. I mean, you did your thing, girl. You did it. My last point is it is possible to be lonely in a relationship. Matter of fact, it's possible to be lonelier in a relationship than you were when you were single. That's totally possible. I mean, Queen Charlotte, and she wasn't even lonely when she was single. I mean, she had her brother, she had Germany, she was cool, she was kicking it, right? And now she gets married and she's expecting, okay, what married people do? They spend time together, they live together, they eat together, they do things together. And then she is alone. And she's feeling lonely, and it's also constricting, right? Because when you were in a relationship, when you feel lonely, you only have that person to go to. And if they're not there for you, you can't just go seek outside attention. So you're just feeling lonely. And while our situation obviously isn't us being in like a royal castle, you know, ours is, you know, more so being constricted in a 2-bedroom apartment or a 3-bedroom apartment, something like that. But it feels lonely. It feels lonely, and it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're in a palace or in a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartment. It can still feel lonely when the person you were with doesn't want to show up for you in a way, you know, and give you that companionship. And not even in a bad way of him not prioritizing you or you know, them not being there for you, but even in a way of long distance, where it's just like, we honestly can't be together as much as we want to. We can't, like, he can only do so much. And I know never say never, but I pray I don't do a long distance relationship again. Watch me come on here and be like, y'all, I'm in long distance. Like, y'all, how did I get here, right? Watch me come on here and be like, but it is super lonely. It's super lonely because you show up to events by yourself, even though you have somebody, right? And then like you feel like you're in a relationship when you're talking to the person, but you still have to do every single thing that you did when you were single, now still by yourself. Like nothing has honestly changed as far as your day-to-day life, except for now you got FaceTime usage, right? But besides that, your day-to-day life is the same. So it really sucks to be in a relationship and feel lonely. And if you are in that position or have been in that position, that you understand that is the toughest position to be in. And in a situation like that, if you're with somebody, you can talk to them and really let them know how you feel. And for me, I always like to use I feel statements, and not you make me feel lonely, but I feel lonely. Babe, is there a way we can like fix this? Is there something that we can do? Because this is how I'm feeling, right? Coming with an I feel statement. And if they're not receptive to that, then it truly shows that they're not invested in the relationship. And that is honestly all the information you need to know, right? And if you're in a long distance situation, maybe think about, is there any type of way that we can close the distance, or is this loneliness too hard for me to deal with? And do we need to just take a pause until we can figure out, you know, if we can be close to each other? But in a situation where you are lonely in a relationship, you got to change something. Like something has got to change, because you can't continue that. You can't. It's ghetto. Don't do it. Overall, this season of Bridgerton was absolutely, not Bridgerton, y'all, Queen Charlotte. This season of Queen Charlotte was absolutely amazing. It left me with a question though, and I want y'all to answer this in the comments. I have my answer, but answer it in the comments, okay? When do you believe mental health struggles should be revealed in a relationship? Is that a first date conversation? Is that a third date conversation? Is that once we are official conversation, or when we're engaged? Like, when do you think it is the right time to reveal mental health struggles? And also on the flip side, when would you prefer for someone to reveal that to you? Because while obviously I don't think that's a first date conversation, but when do you want someone to let you know about that? So it left me with a good question. I have my answer. I will answer after y'all answer. Okay, y'all go first. Okay, I go. Okay. But thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all so much. Please, you know, comment and subscribe. because I'm going to be posting more as these TV shows come out. Like now, y'all, I'm obsessed with Vanderpump Rules. I mean, I'm all into this situation. Real Housewives just started. So I'm into all these different shows, and my approach is relating them to lessons that we can take from it. So not just reality TV, oh, we're going to watch this and oh, we're going to laugh, but there's some lessons that we can take from it. So I'm excited for all these shows. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Y'all look beautiful. You are gorgeous. I'm talking to you. You are gorgeous. Oh, y'all. I will see y'all next time, okay? Bye, friend.
Slide on me, keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the